I play with a yo-yo. Oh, hi. Hi. I have a brief, kind of deleted scene from the previous episode that I need to cut out for time, but I'm just going to play it here now. Okay, there's literally no reason for this thought to have come to mind, it just did. I used to always think that, like, death was something that, like, I know it's inevitable, but I didn't think that had to happen. Like, you know how they say you only use, like, 10% of your brain? Maybe if we could unlock all of it, I know that's just a myth, but if we could unlock all of it, maybe we could control, like, everything. Maybe death is, like, just a subconscious thing. Like, when we experience such a huge amount of pain, like a bullet through the head, for example, our subconscious just goes, too much pain, can't take it, shut off permanently, goodbye cruel world. Like, maybe it's the subconscious's choice. Like, if we were suffocating, it's at the point where our subconscious says, this is too much pain, can't handle it, let's shut it off completely. So, like, you know, I used to always think, because, like, you know, like, we can control our breathing, for example. Like, we can, like, stop breathing whenever we want, but if we stop for too long, then then we just pass out and then start breathing again. And our subconscious says, like, oh, you can't control you took control of your body irresponsibly, I gotta take control again without your consent, pass out, gotta make you start breathing again. Maybe that's why we can't control our heartbeat. Maybe we could, but our subconscious is just not letting us. Because, like, you know, your heart stops beating, that's it, dead. But, I gotta stop using my powers without actually using them. Here, I'll teleport my sonic screwdriver into my hand. Here it is. Why is this screw loose? Okay, anyway. But, so, yeah. Snapping. Well, I've been practicing on my whistles. Hang on. Listen to my whistling. I'm getting better. There you go. Sorry for that little invading of a clip, but back to the invasion. I'm getting good. I wonder if I can do it sideways. It's moments like this where I realize just how awesome my DVD collection is. Now, anyway, who wants to see an alternate opening for this thing? Because, you know, like my phone, like, okay, interesting thing is that my phone actually tells me what the weather is going to be like. Not only does it update itself, you know how laptops, I mentioned this before, but how computers always suck. Because they only tell you that they're ready for an update whenever you first turn them on. And, like, but once you turn them on, you're probably planning to use it. And then there are some times where it's just like, oh, we'll update it during these hours when you tend to not use it. And I'm like, that's great. How about you do that every single time and don't even tell us that you're doing an update? Because all that does is make us worry. And half the time, you don't make any, like, actually most of the time you don't even make any changes. So don't even tell us. But anyway, my phone just does it by itself. It also tells me the weather every time that I'm about to go to bed. And it always gives me this invasion of stuff from the news. I don't know, let's read these. Rick and Morty Season 4 news. Netflix to cancel the show in shock move? No comment. Chris Evans hints at leaving Captain America behind with tweet about wrapping production on Avengers 4. Like, that's new news. Hey, new news. Can introverts be happy in a world that can't stop talking? No, believe me, I tried. Superman returns, but he forgot to bring the action and fun back with him. Okay, what if Christopher Nolan's Batman... whatever gets cut off. Thanos has built a society based on the Punisher's ideology. Cool. Wish the Time Lord went Hollywood. The troubled history of Doctor Who, the movie. Yeah, we all know how that went. Visiting the Big Bang Theory on its deathbed, week number 2. Thank goodness that show's over. It just lost its touch after season 10. Venom, yeah, we all know that sucked. I mean, I haven't seen it yet. I'm probably going to like it. My opinion tends to be different than most. A Tide is coming, a new Aquaman poster. Okay. New Aquaman poster. Blah, 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 blah. That's gone into the review. Okay, I just realized that this DVD cover has the... Are you seriously? I did not plan for this. Smudge is literally going to have to go outside again. Like, right when I'm about to review it, just like last time. I got checked. Okay, this shows the Doctor seeming to run away from an explosion. I don't think that's been done on Doctor Who. I'm kind of excited to see that. But anyway, so people say they like the Region 1 covers better because it shows more of the artwork. Basically, Region 1 has the more cover art and a number at the back. This one just has the pamphlet, but personally I think the pamphlet is better because it's more stuff to read. But like in region 1 it doesn't even look like this. It looks like this. Apparently it's Amazon's shorts. See, it's still, I'm not paying that. It's not what I can get for $6. This was awkward. As I started writing Doctor Who, I suddenly mentally changed it to writing in Don't Help Me, I'm Scared, and this was the result. Yeah, so oh, this one has that cover right there. Oh, and this too has the Brigadier Colonel guy. Oh, it's rated PG, huh? Yeah. It always feels so weird when you turn on a light. See, like this. Like, look, see? The light's already lit up. So all of the lamp really Why isn't this thing turning on? Okay, fine then. I'll go over to this lamp. And then, you know, and then you just don't... I don't know. Come on. What look at the... Okay, Smudge, I got too much stuff to do. I hate it when there's always people saying, like, giving me stuff to do as if I'll be bored. Fun fact about me is that I'm literally never bored. It's not on. I guess they need to be turned on. What the freaking... Wait a minute. Oh. The little... Ah, there we go. That's how you do it. Okay, turn this off. Come on. Close the window. There we go. Now, enlarge this. How do I... What? Oh, that green button. You know that red, yellow thing, green thing. We never really do that. Okay, set up commentary. Do you want to turn commentary? Okay, I guess the subtitles are already... Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, it didn't show me the intro. It remembers that I put this disc in before to test it or whatever. I don't know. Okay, I turned the... Oh, wait. I guess I turned the volume back up. I don't know. Episode 5, let's go. Diddle-a-ling, 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 diddle-a-ling. Nice and dark to maintain the illusion. Now, last time the volume of the thing seemed super quiet, but their faces, what the heck? Is that Cocoon? Oh, that's probably exactly... Whoa, frick! Look, Cybermen? What? These guys? Sure, why not? Also, I like how to find that first image, I just had to type in the wheel in space. For the second one, I have to type in Doctor Who, The Invasion, Cybermen. That's wonderful. Has Jamie ever met the Daleks? Oh, yeah, he has. The evil of the Daleks.
To the bedposts.
Oh, there they are in the canoe. That actually looks very peaceful.
Pity. I could have got some great pictures and made a bomb selling them for the paper.
I think the last word they want to say in this situation is bomb, plus all you stupid care about is your stupid pictures.
Saved by buying you dinner.
That'd be nice. Hey, are you stinking rich?
The captain's plan, no?
It's not my day, is it?
Oh, boy. My teeth hurt, so I need to go brush my teeth. So the doctor comes by and explains everything before I lose my sanity, and then the guys at unit are always like, oh, so it's from space or something? And I was like, yeah, it's old news for us. And I didn't even realize it until they mentioned it, but the Doctor, Jamie, and Zoe, all three of the TARDIS crew have all met the Cybermen before. This is Zoe's third trip, but she did visit, well, she did meet them before she even got on the TARDIS. And not that Cybermen can be met before your third trip, where, I don't know. And then we're talking to this other guy, or actually I'm shooting down a helicopter or whatever, but he seems to be controlled by the Cyberman or Vaughn or whatever. So I guess Vaughn is being controlled by the Cyberman, probably, so if he's being controlled by Vaughn, then he's technically being controlled by the Cyberman indirectly. And then he accidentally jumped ahead fast forward instead of hitting pause. So, yeah, so almost got spoiled there. Oh, I just want to mention, this is my setup, okay? I had to have this balanced on the edge of this, and then balance my camera on that. I take risks, guys.
This isn't our province.
Oh, Britain uses provinces too, that's cool.
We must see this from my point of view. All you've given me are vague reports, nothing conclusive, no proof. No proof? I'm sure this is all a misunderstanding. I'll talk to the CNC and Internal Security.
Don't tell me C. I'm taking a computer class, talking about C, C++. I have a computer test on Tuesday. Oh, happy Thanksgiving, by the way. Celebrate it. Well, okay, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, because this is being uploaded next weekend, I think. I don't know.
You will accept what I say, or our partnership is at an end. The invasion will take place at dawn tomorrow.
machine just going like. Didn't sound very enthusiastic. Or like that sound going. Is that really necessary? That spinny thing on top of the machine? Ah, jeez. It's thought of like hiding from. But aliens, you don't know if they're gonna see with their eyes like we do.
Instructions. Yes. You will proceed through the sewer tunnels to your allotted sectors. There, you will obey the commands of your sector leader.
Screw the set. These guys are easier to understand than all the Cybermen of this Doctor's era so far. It's a very touching conversation here. And the woman is saying the photographer is still being an idiot, but like they talk about how no one's gonna believe the story without proof. And that's something that I really find so annoying about the human race at this state. Is that, yeah, if a story becomes wild enough, no one's gonna believe you unless you have proof. Like if someone has proven themselves trustworthy, you might as well believe that everything that they tell them. I once said these people we wanted to turn off a light, but we couldn't find the light switch to control that light. So then someone suggested just smashing it, and then I said, objects are like trust. They take years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair. Okay, that whole trust part, years to build, seconds to break, forever to repair. That's from something online that I saw, but like I connected it to that, and then people were like, "Wow, that's deep." But like, it's true, because like if you've built up trust, then follow the 3 strikes and you're out thing, the boy who cried wolf thing. Like, if they break your trust once, and then if they apologize and they say they're sorry, then yeah, sure, just go back to trusting them. They screw up again. But you might as well trust them again. If it screws up again, however, without very important circumstances, it's best to stop trusting that person entirely until they prove themselves worthy again. Forever to repair, but not really. If you keep on doing trustworthy stuff, then they'll eventually regain your trust. So Isabel, sorry, I was watching Phineas and Ferb. I should review that too. I don't know. But, okay, so she actually says something freaking useful. Go and take a photograph of the Cybermen as proof. I don't like that, though. I hate taking photographs as proof. Because, number one, like, you could use, like, Photoshop or something to change it up. Or number two, I don't think I should have to photograph things as proof when I have proven that.
You're a young woman. This is a job for my men.
I'm sorry, okay? I'm sorry. Because I'm so sick of how modern Doctor Who, they'll make jokes about men all the time. Like in the Husbands of River song, the Doctor was walking back and forth, and River's like, "Stop it, you're a man, it looks weird." And that one in Hellbent, everything was wrong with Hellbent. The Doctor doesn't shoot people. You've been building up the return of Gallifrey for so long. You don't need to bring back Clara. Okay, calm down. But that scene where the General regenerated, she cuts up and she's like, "Only time I've ever been a man. How do you deal with all that ego?" So I must admit, it feels somewhat satisfying to see similar jokes being made about women back in the 60s, or at least in this show, whatever. I don't know, I feel like you could chuck just a joke against women, and you won't have a whole army of feminists, whatever, blah 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 blah. Actually, the first Doctor's console room, that was pretty cool in Hellbent.
You man!
Oh, I spoke too soon.
Well, he's right, you know. It has something to do with the Cybermen's invasion plan.
Well, perhaps we can find the lab for you to work in.
Well, no, that's no problem. I can go up to London and use Professor Watkins' laboratory at Travers House.
Right, I'll arrange transport. Thank you.
Why can't everyone just act like that? So Jamie, Zoe, and Isabel go down the sewer, and the policeman goes after them, calling them young idiots. You only saw Isabel go down, though, right? I guess you might have saw the other gone down, too. But anyway, so Simon comes by, and then Isabel, the idiot, tries to photograph this Cyberman that's going through. And the Cybermen are shining a... Is the policeman dead?
Killed him! What, Jamie, no! What, did you realize? I can't go back that
The policeman was just doing his job.
Coming at us from both directions.
Oh, that's the Cyberman that they injected with fear earlier. Cliffhanger for part 5, on to part 6. Diddle-a-ling, 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 diddle-a-ling. Well, why is the title in quotes? Did the guy who make the theme song not agree with the broad title, The Invasion, and said, I'm putting this in quotes to show that this wasn't my idea. So as expected, the feared Cyberman saves them. As it turns out, they're vulnerable to grenades, and the feared Cyberman dies directly afterwards. What? Like, it was... One man. That was kind of an anticlimactic reveal. Whoa, that guy's pushing it. Oh, he lost his hat. You got too many men when you order one guy to do something, he snaps his fingers to tell another. Why is that guy wearing sunglasses? This poor scene with the guy with the beard, I can't remember his name. But, like, he built this whole machine so that Isabella, his daughter, would be safe. She was safe the whole time, and they don't even make it clear enough for him to realize that, otherwise he probably would have smashed the machine to pieces, but then they might have killed him. And they're all just like, if I get half the chance, I'll kill you. And I'm sitting there like, you shouldn't be saying that right to his face. Vaughn then gives him a gun and gives him the opportunity to kill him, and at first he doesn't do it, but then Vaughn hits him, and then he does, but it's just his Cyberman now, so he survives. Meanwhile, Isabella, the idiot, is making tea now to try and... I don't freaking know. I thought that she was gonna, like, pour the tea on the machines that they were using. That would have been a jerk move, but it would have been funny.
Given the time, I'm sure I can.
But you have no time, Gregory.
Is that Big Ben in the background? That's cool.
No time at all.
I thought that was the doctor for a moment. What the... The way they cut scenes like that almost made that funny. So he drops a line randomly telling Jamie, Cyberman underneath London and all that you can think about is your sleep. Not the best thing to say on a show that's shown to a lot of children who are about to go to bed directly after this. But anyway, so the doctor says basically the Cyberman's plan. He just figures it out. How? I don't know. He was examining this machine and now magically he knows the Cyberman's whole plan. But anyway, so... like, it turns out it was very relevant and convenient for the TARDIS to land on the other side of the moon before it landed on Earth. And then they're starting talking about, like, necklaces they can wear to stop, like, the mind control thing. And I was wondering if the doctor was going to say, like, I don't need it because I'm a Time Lord. How relevant and convenient. But, like, then I guess the bearded man, I guess maybe the soldier, too, would have been like, wait, what? You're not human? And then they'd be like, how can you not believe something after all this happening? It's like, That's reused sound effect from part 5. Episode 5, not part 5. But, so... feeling that a lot of people see this cliffhanger, the Cybermen taking over London, basically, just, like, walking around, like... But what's very interesting is that the Doctor's, like, defense against the mind control actually falls off. And Zoe has magically switched to her Sparky suit from the Mind Robber, and they grab it, they put it back on. Is it gonna work? Who knows? On to part 7. Diddle-a-ling, 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 diddle-a-ling. Whoa, that was lucky. I'm on my phone resting on this arm thing, and then I just moved my knee as I sat down, and the phone like went right here, and then I looked down, and it was wobbling like this. Jeez. In my pocket. Whoa, that's clever. Okay, I think this is what's happening. I think this is the first time in the classic series, well, in Doctor Who, just... that we're really getting into timey-wimey stuff. I mean, yeah, there was the Ark, but that was kind of just the Rip Van Winkle story. They just disappear, come back 700 years later. Okay, so they're planning to fire a missile at the cyber control thing on the dark side of the moon, which I can only assume is the same missile the Dr. Jamie and Zoe had back at the beginning of this story that they almost got hit with. So they landed on the dark side of the moon, and their future selves were already down there on Earth and had already gone through all this. Then the Doctor dematerialized the TARDIS to escape the missile, landed on Earth, so that he could go through all of that leading up to them firing the missile. Of course, there's a shortcut to this, just follow the Doctor's timeline. He lands, escapes from the missile, and then goes through all that, fires a missile, and then boom. But yeah, it's like a loop. But I think that's what's happening. That's really cool. So they kick the Cyrus ship's butt. It doesn't show the TARDIS, but whatever. The effects were cool enough. And then Zoe also does some quick calculations, and she asks to be given 30 seconds, and she does it with just over 8 seconds to spare. There you go, see, 21.83 seconds. And just when you think it's about to be a 7-parter...
No! Wait! Give me time!
you didn't give the other guy time, you hypocrite! Piece of crap.
I won't allow this invasion to go
Ah! Is Vaughn dead? I really couldn't care less if Vaughn falls over dead right now. Yeah, he's gonna be dead.
Is this what you wanted? To be the ruler of a dead world?
What? So... you kill off a policeman, but not him? What? Like, maybe he's dying. I don't know. Cliffhanger for part 7. Final part. Final epic showdown. Part 8. Let's go. Diddle-a-ling, 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 diddle-a-ling.
Is this what you wanted, Vaughn? To be the ruler
Bruno
of a
Vaughn
dead
there.
world?
Still basically the same line.
You can't destroy the world. What about me?
Well, it's all quite logical, really. Hardly any calculation needed at all. Except for simple stuff like speed, angle of descent, and relative positions of the
On
spaceships.
21
This
seconds.
is much prettier than a computer.
Quiet, everyone!
Ah!
That won't stop them. They're still out there in space preparing to destroy the world. 5 years in less than 5 seconds.
Yeah, like I said, welcome to the club. Objects take years to build, seconds to break, and forever to repair, especially if it's glass. It's hard as frick to repair glass. Has anyone actually repaired broken glass? There is actually really a pretty cool epic showdown. It takes place inside buildings, outside buildings, out on the street, just Cybermen fighting, like, the Doctor. And it's not like, you know, just a full-blown them shooting at each other, because... like, you know, I don't really like that stuff. But no, like, it's actually very intense. They're, like, going, like, hiding places, all that. It's really cool. And then, and the Doctor's using his ingenuity, of course, like Iron Man 3. People don't seem to like Iron Man 3, but I like it, because it just shows Tony Stark showing his ingenuity without his Iron Man suit. But, so the Doctor and Vaughn, join forces. I remember playing like a game of like Ludo or something afterwards with my grandma and grandpa after they finished this story, and the Doctor had like a backwards cap, which was apparently his costume for a Cyberman, and he was just talking like a Cyberman. It's just like, you are fooling the Cyberman. It was so funny because he had seen the Cybermen so many times during this Doctor's era, he was almost forgetting about the Daleks. But there is this scene where the Doctor is running away from smoke, and that was, they kind of mimicked that in the animation. And it looks an awful lot like that in the animation for episode 4.
Coordinated and impossible ideals. It needs a strong man, a single mind, a leader. Vaughn!
In all honesty though, I believe in the exact opposite. I don't think that we need a single mind to control everything. No one's ever going to agree to that. I think any idea, not everyone's going to agree with it, but like, I personally don't agree with it. Whoever's not the single mind is going to be like, why does this guy get to be the single mind? But like, I think that, hear me out on this, I think that we need to become a hive mind. Like, become one. Like, one of the biggest issues with the fact that we struggle moving forward, I mean, like, yeah, we're inventing new phones, but that's all they are, new phones. Exactly the same as the previous phone, just with a slightly bigger screen. You want to know what the new iPhone's going to look like? Okay, I want you to take your current iPhone, hold it up a little bit closer to you. You notice how now it looks a little bit bigger from perspective? Yeah, it's probably what the new phone's going to be like. But like, look, but also just people don't understand other people's emotions. Like, I'm a very emotional person. Other people say that too. But then it sucks, because then people play with my emotions, because they know that that's my weakness. But I feel like they just don't understand what it is. If we all just understood each other, I mean, it's a chance. You know, fun fact is, this ended up being an 8-parter because there was going to be another, like, this was going to be a 4-parter, and there was going to be another 4-parter called The Dream Spinner, or something. And they'd written, like, episode 1, a script for episode 1, but then they scrapped it for some reason and just made this one 8. Also, I'm pretty sure the animators, the guys who did episode 1 and 4, they were actually looking forward to animating the Cybermen, so the fact that they only really got to animate it just the last few seconds of episode 4 didn't make them that happy, but they did manage to animate them as a trailer. They made a trailer, animated trailer, saying, like, this is what the Cybermen look like, yeah, but, like... And then, you know, so... and then, of course, the animations in the trailer didn't make it into the show, but whatever. The Doctor's all like, let's not let the Cybermen know that we're here just yet, and then a Cyberman spots them almost directly afterwards. As soon as they destroy the Cyberman, I'm like, oh no, I wonder if Vaughn's gonna realize it. But then I realized, oh wait, Vaughn's the guy destroying him. I used to him being the bad guy. Those look like the robots from that scene, The Five Doctors. The guy who, like, jumped. I saw that scene. You don't need the sun zoom in, I see him. Oh, what, the we're happy fun time music?
They estimate 12.5 minutes.
Oh, well, there's only 6 minutes left in the show, so I know that that's not going to happen.
Yes, well, this is going to be a long 12 minutes.
Oh, we're just going to fast forward through it all? Okay. So, Vaughn gets killed by the Cybermen, they blow up the Cybermen, Ninth Doctor Slovene style. Isabel gets her pictures, and they all go back home. Heh, I like that. Because, like, the wall of the TARDIS does go a little bit out on the sides, so that's what that effect looks like. So, that's the end of the story. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I'm starting to wonder, like, if this was a 4-parter, would I be recommending it as much? No, probably not. The fact that it's a huge 8-parter does have a lot to do with the fact that it's an epic or whatever, but if you have 3.5 hours to kill at any point, this isn't the worst time to spend it. It's actually, like, a pretty fun ride. I'm actually kind of sad that it's ended. But, so yeah. So, well, the Ministry of Defense helped make this program? Wow. Next week, the Crotons. When they they don't normally put a caption there. Thank you all so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, so I really enjoyed it. If you didn't like it, please leave a dislike, so I really did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below if you like to tell me why, because it feels awesome. Guess motivation, encouragement. If you didn't like it, please leave a comment down below saying why I didn't like it, so I can prove next time. Otherwise, won't be able to prove it. Just go here, dislike as if for a like, and subscribe so that you know when my next video comes out. Thanks again so much for watching, and as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye!